Hello everyone and welcome back to Packs and Recreation. And you recognize this background and you just saw the title. Due to popular demand, which is half popular demand and half I really like the cards, we're back at One Piece, and this time I will give you a proper background for the video because we're going to tackle the One Piece card game Playmat and card case set 25th edition or 25th anniversary edition, which is not to be confused with the quarter of a century anniversary from Yu-Gi-Oh! And not to be confused with the Magic 3rd anniversary. This is because of the anniversary of One Piece, the series, not the card game. So sometimes, and I got surprised by this, a lot of Cardass or Bandai Namco products come like this, just in the card box, and then, you know, there are no box inside. So one of them, one of the Dragon Ball ones that I will do a video one day, or maybe I already did it, I don't know, depends on whether I already recorded it or not. Interesting. But the reason is, I open it like, okay, let's see, and then I can have the box ready for unboxing. Like, this is the box for unboxing. So I'm going to open this, and then another smaller thing, and we're going to just look at, stuff from One Piece. Because contrary to the other card games, some of the accessories here are not. There is no partnership with like Ultra Pro or anything like that. And if there is, it's undercover. This is a very Japanese to Japanese thing. Well, actually, this one kind of has a box, so maybe I could just have opened it, but I didn't want to risk it. And this way, you actually get to see the box. So it is what it is. This is the 25th anniversary case set, and let's see what it has. So. Yeah, no, this is actually the actual box, as you can see, like not very unceremonious. We got a paper that actually says the contents, which is amazing because if you bought it, like this should be in the outside of the box. But let's be honest, if you bought this, you bought it online or you already knew what you were buying. So yeah, or you just saw a review like this, and gave it a like and a subscribe and all those things. And then you were like, well, I'm going to buy that one. So it contains a playmat and a card case. And believe it or not, kind of expensive. One thing that I like the One Piece stuff is kind of expensive, which, again, I love One Piece, so cool. But, like, cool, not cool that it's expensive, but it's like, okay, it's not like it's hurting me or anything because I love One Piece. But one other thing that I actually like about this is that all the products, they say where they are made. So the playmat is in Malaysia, and then the card case is in Japan, which, in case you care. They have to say it for legal reasons, by the way. But, interesting nonetheless. So the box is pretty much empty. We have the playmat. It's going to be our new playmat. Just let me get it here for you. And it's shorter than my other playmats, which is interesting. We're going to see it in a second. Let me just get rid of the box. And then the card box, which is empty. Like, if you thought that we were opening boosters here, oh my sweet child. So the box is empty, not much there. And then we have the playmat and the box. And I put the box here to a second. The playmat, I don't know if you can see it. I'm just going to open it because we're going to use it. I mean, come on. It's interesting that, they had the chance. This is a very, very Bandai Namco thing or very Japanese thing to do. Which, it's like Yu-Gi-Oh! They were like, no, the cards are smaller. I never read about it. Maybe there is an explanation for it. I don't know if the explanation was like, because we don't need bigger cards, or just because they wanted to be different, or I think it's like the Xbox controller thing. It's like the Japanese hands are smaller. According to them, I'm not saying that myself, it's according to like market research and so on. But for some reason, the playmat is smaller. Like, the playmat that I have underneath is from Ultimate Guard, from the Druid collection, which you can see the unbox there, and it's like a pretty, whimsical, generic thing. It's not from Magic the Gathering, believe it or not. It's just generic. It's just magic stuff. Like, well, magical stuff. Not magic because it's not from Magic the Gathering. But it's the normal size. Now, this One Piece playmat is cool. It's the same. Well, actually, no. It's slightly taller, which is interesting. So even Yu-Gi-Oh! Normally when you're thinking about card games, like, all card games are pretty much standard size, and then you have board games where cards are like, they're everyone's favorite, like, whatever size, they can go whichever way. And then you have like D&D that has like tarot cards and stuff like that. But then Yu-Gi-Oh is Japanese size cards. Ironically, One Piece, Digimon, and Dragon Ball don't have Japanese size cards because people like big cards with art and all that. That being said, the playmat from Yu-Gi-Oh, and this is one of the favorites of this channel, is standard size. So if you see, and I'm going to illustrate this to my best capability because I don't want to move the camera too much to confuse you, but just to give you a comparison, if this is the normal playmat and you attach this one to that one, you can see that first the corners are different. Like this one is rounder, which is, again, interesting. It applies on every corner, by the way. And then if you hold them one on top of each other and I move this so that you see, it's a lot shorter. And this is a default size playmat. It's the same size as the Ultra Pro ones for Pokemon and the Ultra Pro ones for Magic the Gathering. And this is from Konami. And it's the same size. So everyone uses the same size of playmat. And then it comes One Piece and says, nah. Like, and mind you, we're attaching it to the top. And they are more or less the same height. So the height is more or less the same. But for some cosmic reason, like, it's like a sixth or like a sixth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A sixth of the playmat is gone. Like all this is gone for some reason. Now, yes, okay, let's be honest here. For the type of game that is One Piece, maybe you don't need as much space, but I find it interesting that, you know, and I like this art. It's very colorful, very like one of those spread that the master Oda does. So I love it. I am not that much in love with the pink stains that it has, which, mind you, it comes like that right off the box. It's not, I didn't dirty it in record time, so it comes like that. I can see it being confusing because I'm recording this video and I already went twice or thrice like, did I spell anything? Like, was it my fingers or anything? It's like, nope, it is like that. It comes like that, which it has its charm, but, you know. Now the texture to it, yes, I'm wearing gloves, but you can tell the texture with the gloves even. So these ones are more like a neoprene kind of thing, and like, it feels kind of elastic. This one too, but a little bit less so. And it is not thicker, but it feels thicker. At least it's thicker than the Konami one, as you can see. A lot thicker, which makes sense because, well, they charge a lot more. As you can see, I don't know if you can focus properly there, but see like the difference in the space. Now, if you compare to an Ultra Pro one, which is the standard for playmats, this one from Bloomborough, same size as the Mascarena one. So again, the One Piece one is smaller. And one easy way for you to see it is if I do this with my table. So, like, see, this is the size difference. You can even see the end of the Bloomborough one and size difference. You have the measurements online, and honestly, you have the measurements in the box. I think I'm just being awfully stubborn. I think. Well, in the box you don't have anything, but maybe you have it here. Let's see. Nope, it doesn't have the measurements. Okay, so it is what it is. Now, here, this playmat from Ultra Pro is stitched, right? Which this one is not. But again, this one is a lot thinner than the One Piece one. Now, I don't want to be mean to the One Piece one. Actually, I love it. I think right away it's one of my favorites. The reason why it pisses me so much is because I was like, oh man, I'm going to use this playmat for all my card games, like for Commander, for Pokemon. Like, I'm going to use this playmat for everything because I love One Piece. And then the playmat is shorter, which, why? Why it will be shorter? Like, I don't get it. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe people, like, this way, more people can fit on a table, right? It's like, you don't need that much space to play, but yeah, for Commander, you need. So it's kind of a disappointing thing for me as a person that plays other games. And even, I know some people that buy playmats and they use them for like their mouse and keyboard as well. This is also shorter, but it's cute. And, you know, it's One Piece, and high five there to my boy. But, you know, it's like, you could just give me a little bit more. It does feel, you remember in the 90s and 2000s, the things for the mouse, for the computer mouse, that were like very thick and were like made of this like black foam thing. It's not the same material. This is like neoprene. It's very stretchy, as you can see, but it's thicker, so it gives me that impression. But to the touch, is better. Like, it's a good quality playmat. I will say it's like it feels better quality than the Mascarina, the IP Mascarina one, and to a degree, it's more or less the same. Well, not. It's actually thicker than the Ultimate Guard one too, and the Ultimate Guard one is also like a box plus a playmat. Here you don't have the box. The box just went away. You have this playmat, which again, love it. Although this is personal preference. Materials are good. Too short for my taste, which is a shame, but I do love it, and it comes with a deck box. So we're going to open the deck box. I'm gonna be super honest with you, this thing is way too expensive for being like a playmat and a deck box. I understand that it's like quality, but a part of me is very pissed by the fact that the playmat is shorter, because I was like, oh, well, this is more expensive than a normal playmat, but I am going to use it, you know, like a crazy person. I was like, not so much. So the deck box is interesting. I have to admit that I wasn't expecting this shininess to it, because I thought it was the plastic that was giving it the shininess. Turns out, nope, it's the deck box that is this shiny. You can even see the mic there, see, like crazy. So it's very reflecting, and it's one of those that has this. I don't really like this. It feels cheap, but again, this was made in Japan, so we know all about Japanese standards of quality. And you can feel it in how this thing bends like in 3 parts easily, and even stays in place, which is something that you normally can't say about like Ultra Pro stuff, right? That has the same logic to it. They are forced by default, and same for like Magic the Gathering Commander boxes and so on. This one actually stays in place, and then you do like this, and then you do this, and it stays in place. You don't have to force anything, which is kind of cool. The box is the same art as the one in the playmat, and you have like multiple focus points for the, like basically art here and art around here for the straw hats, which is great. And then you have here a divider that I have to say is pretty cool actually, because it's the playmat and it has this weird texture. I don't know if you can see on camera because it doesn't really gets in person either, but you have like this line texture in person, and it's very solid. So maybe you can see the lines there if I focus it in a specific way. But let me just unfocus Luffy's face because it's making the camera crazy. See, like it goes like this. I mean, pretty cool. Like, it's not double-sided, but it's good enough. Not bad. So it's from the 25th anniversary. So it's more of a sentimental kind of thing if you're a One Piece fan than it is a value thing, because you can buy a lot of other like playmats and so on for cheap. But this one is from One Piece, and I like the design a lot, and it's from Master Oda, so it's like great, right? Now, to give you with a bonus, I actually bought another one. This one, like just to be on the same page, this is from Bandai Namco, and it's advertised in the box and on the paper as a Bandai Namco thing. Funny enough, if you go to the Bandai Namco store, these things don't appear there, just the video games and so on, which is weird. But, you know, this box is like that. Now, if you go to a store, maybe you buy something like this, and this is like 2 for the price of 1. This is also a review for like a standard deck box kind of thing. This is a more in line thing. This is from Cardass, and Cardass is like, whenever you buy the Japanese version of like Dragon Ball cards or One Piece cards, they are by Cardass, which is the Japanese company for cards for like everything except like, I guess, Magic. They are like, I'm not going to say the gold standard, but they are pretty much the only ones ruling the game for that, right? So you have this one. It's one of those deck boxes. I wanted to buy it because it's some Devil Fruits. It's beautiful. You can use it for other games too, but it was also very expensive. Like, I'm not complaining because, I mean, you saw this channel. You know, I waste a lot of money in a lot of things, but all the One Piece stuff is just so expensive for some reason compared to, and I come from Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering is very expensive by default, but One Piece is expensive and difficult to find. Like I go to stores all the time since I was like, oh, let me just get One Piece cards. And a lot of times the stores are like, oh, we have Japanese ones if you want, but like English ones, no, we don't have anymore. And it's like, what? Like, who plays this much? And it's like, well, people are going crazy for them, and they have a shortage. So I want to review this one so that I can start putting my cards here and here. And this one is a different story. This is from Cardas. This is actually a Japanese one that you could buy in Japan. It has the Bandai logo on it as well, but instead of Bandai Namco. So Bandai Namco is for us, Bandai is for them most of the time because it's the same company, really. And this is more in line with an Ultra Pro thingy. They, again, have this, Velcro mechanism. I'm not a fan of the Velcro mechanism. It just looks cheap. This one, hides the thing a little bit more, but it's still like it's cheap. I understand that something like this is kind of tricky, but when you close it, it's more or less, compact. Then yeah, you have the wings, but you will still have the wings to some degree here because of this, right? So I don't like Velcro, and with heavy use and dirt, this stops working properly. So not my best choice. Now, the design of the box obviously is subjective. You can like it, you can hate it. I love it, but I am an easy to please person. Like, give me One Piece stuff and I will be happy. Now, it comes with a divider too, and the divider is the same logic. Now, this divider is not the same quality as that one. And as you can see, this is more in line to what we're used to. Like, you open it and it just goes, nope. And it just goes, nope. And it just goes, nope. So it's a cheaper deck box. You can see the points of contacts in there, right? Like inside the thing, which is completely different from this one where you couldn't see the points of contact because it is like glued in the bottom, right? So again, now for the sizes, because, well, you may be thinking, well, but does it fit cards? Yes, it does, boys. Now, I have my One Piece cards from the other video in here. Obviously, they fit cards. I don't want to risk them because I only have these for now. So let's use, as usual, some of our friends from the other anime that everyone loves, Pokemon. So does it fit normal cards? Yes, of course it does. You put the cards in here, they dance. So it is what it is. And for this one is more or less the same. You put the cards in here and they dance, right? So it is, again, not rocket science. Now, does it hold double sleeve cards? Well, I'm going to do the same as I did the last time, and I'm going to do Pirates for the sake of Luffy. And obviously it doesn't hold 100, but it should hold quite a lot of them. These are double sleeve cards, so like, this is the way we do it in the hood. So it says how many it holds in the box right there, but as you can see, it pretty much almost holds a commander deck to its fullest. It doesn't say anywhere in the packaging how many cards well, I mean, it's in Japanese, so really up to you, but it doesn't say, it just says that it contains one deck box and one divider. It doesn't have the size. It's like, oh, well, you fit your entire One Piece deck there, it's okay. It's like, yes, but I want to know the exact number. Now, let's force the machine. Can I get 100 double sleeve cards in here? Can I use this as a... No, I can't, obviously. But how many can I fit in here? That's the question. Don't you love it that I use like commander cards for everything? So I fit all of this, double sleeve, fairly, okay in here. Obviously, you can't use it for commander, but we can do the math pretty easily by looking at how many cards are remaining. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 with the commander. So 13 cards. This means that 77 cards are in here. I guess that maybe you can make it 80 if you want, but it's a stretchy situation kind of thing. I'm guessing that this is the same. So 77 seems like the limit. I feel like I can... Well, actually, there's a plastic card in here for some reason. So that should give us more room. So let's try again. I was looking at the cards and thinking, like, why is that card different? Because I think that the last person that played with this deck didn't shuffle them properly. And then this card is too close to the... There you go. So let's try again. this time without the plastic card. So all the cards that were in there before, 77 double sleeve cards. So it means that you can likely fit 100 single sleeve cards here easily. So 77. Now if we can add, let's add 3, so it makes 80. So it's an 80 plus deck box. Maybe. Let's add them to the back because it's safer. So yeah, 80 plus deck box, 80 double sleeve cards. It's very heavy, very full. Like, we are not easy, honestly. It's not made for this. Is it 80? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with the commander. So yes, we have 80 cards plus here. I guess that the other fits without divider, but you can see that this is already living on a prayer. So I will say like 60 double sleeve is like more than comfortable, and then you have some space for other stuff like tokens or placeholders or whatever. Like, does the other fit the same? It should, but for some reason it feels like it wouldn't. So let's see. Let's remove the divider, and yeah, this one doesn't seem to fit the same amount of cards, which is 80. Yeah, I can't. Don't you love it that it's like, oh, One Piece video, but I don't have enough One Piece cards and I don't have them double sleeved, of course. So we're going to go with Magic the Gathering cards because Magic is the alpha and the omega. So they are here. Cool. You can see one of the sleeves had a rough time for some reason. And the rest, I don't think the rest fits. This one is smaller actually, which may be better if you have like a 60 card deck double sleeve. Like, yeah, it can fit everything, but you can see that this thing is suffering. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 80 plus, so 80 double sleeves. But this thing is already in the edge. So I wouldn't add 80 double sleeve, like 60 double sleeve feels like the perfect place for them. And well, actually, let's go back a second because I do own, like, we do need to pray. We need to pay our respects to our ancestors, and for card game YouTubers, and other people, this means the professor. So shake test it is. So it holds reasonably because, but as you can see, it's suffering. So I'm damaging this in real time, which again, you need to push them back. It's not going to give up because of this, because this is a good seal, but the more time it passes, this seal is going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. I guess same logic for this. So they kind of, work for it. A part of me really thinks that if you just, put 60 plus in there, it will work perfectly and you have some wiggle room and it doesn't look as stretched. But hey, that's the video. So we reviewed a Cardass deck box from Japan, like this style, the vertical style as I call it. And then we reviewed the Playmat and card case set 25th edition. Now, is it worth it? If you can find it and you like One Piece as much as I do, sure, why not? If not, then Now, I do feel it's too expensive for a Playmat and this sort of deck box. Depending on your local game store, maybe you find it cheaper. Because a Playmat normally is around like $20. Sometimes it's like 15, sometimes it's 25. It depends on the Playmat. But this Playmat is thicker, is very good quality. However, it's shorter than all the other Playmats, and it's not stitched, although it does look like it has a good finish. So take that into consideration. I love it in terms of design, and I love both deck boxes. I think it's pretty cool. But I am very disappointed that it's shorter than the others, because that means that, we have a standard for a reason, right? So this means that whenever I am with my friends, if I pull this Playmat to play anything really, like One Piece or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic or whatever, I am the weird one for no reason really. So, it is what it is. But hey, let me know what you think about the video. Would you buy any of these? What do you think about the deck boxes? What do you think about the shorter Playmat? And as usual, like, subscribe, and all those cool things that the cool pirates do. And I will see you next time on PAX and Recreation. Gomu Gomu no, bye!